Congress just passed the 21st Century Road to Housing Act, the most significant housing legislation in 3 decades. The headlines are treating it like an instant cure. Spoiler, your mortgage did not just get a text saying congratulations. If you live in the East Bay, a giant federal bill does not tell you what really happens to your buying power in Fremont or the Tri-City area. So we will skip the political spin and break down what this law actually does for your local plans. To understand the fix, look at the math behind the problem. Starting in the 1970s and 80s, the country stopped building enough homes to keep up with the growing population. A big reason for that flat line is zoning. As land was locked to single-family houses only, it quietly blocked townhomes and small apartment buildings. The population kept climbing. The housing supply did not get the memo. Then came the aftermath of the 2008 crash. Large, deep-pocketed firms bought thousands of the entry-level houses to rent out, dropping regular buyers into bidding wars against all-cash corporate offers. Then the pandemic hit. Millions of homeowners locked in record low rates and then, understandably, never wanted to move again. Inventory all but vanished. Decades of underbuilding, corporate competition, and frozen supply pushed prices up while inventory hit rock bottom. That is the gridlock this law targets. The Road to Housing Act, officially H.R. 6644, bundles nearly 50 measures it passed with rare bipartisan supermajorities, which almost never happens. So you know the affordability crunch finally got everyone's attention. The first pillar tackles supply. It streamlines the federal environmental and permitting reviews that stall construction and creates a $200 million annual grant program rewarding cities that actually add housing. It also modernizes the rules for factory-built homes, cutting outdated requirements that inflated the cost of manufactured and modular homes and opening a path to more attainable options. The second pillar targets the competition under a section actually titled Homes Are for People, Not Corporations, and yes, that is the real name. The law restricts the largest institutional investors from buying up single-family houses, giving families a fair shot at a starter home. Together with the supply incentives, this half of the law adds homes and keeps big investment firms from swallowing them up. This chart shows standard mortgage availability versus loans under $100,000. Those smaller loans are surprisingly hard to get right now. The third pillar launches a federal pilot program to expand access to those small dollar mortgages and reforms the appraisal process to fix nationwide bottlenecks that drag out closings. The final pillar updates the existing federal systems. It makes disaster recovery housing programs permanent, ending their constant reauthorization, and expands HUD's financial literacy and counseling for new buyers. It also adds real protections for veterans. Clear loan disclosures are now required, and certain disability benefits will no longer count against veterans when they qualify for a mortgage. Those four pillars build a huge federal framework, but Washington does not run your neighborhood market. Here in the Bay Area, prices are driven by a tight supply of buildable land, the speed of local permitting, and regional construction costs. Those levers sit with California and our local cities, not Washington. Take the small dollar loan pilot. Expanding mortgages under $100,000 is a real relief where affordable homes still exist. Here in the East Bay, a $100,000 home is basically a rumor, since even a basic condo prices well above that. And while curbing corporate buyers helps everyday families, institutional buying has always been a bigger problem in Sunbelt cities than in our pricey single-family market. Over the next few years, these federal incentives will slowly build our local inventory, but they will not magically slash prices in Fremont or the Tri-City area overnight. If you are a buyer, the smartest move is to tune out the hype. Headlines do not close escrow, get your financing ready, and build a strategy for the market we are in. If you are planning to sell or downsize in the coming years, those same incentives will eventually mean more local inventory. More homes to choose from is great, but also more competition when you list yours. You will need to time and price your sale with hard local data, and that is where I come in. If you are wondering what this means for you, reach out. We can look at your numbers and build a solid plan with zero pressure. The Road to Housing Act is a historic legislation pointing the country toward more supply, but smart real estate decisions are always driven by local expertise.